citizens of the internet! TS42 here, and today we're going to talk a little bit about secular spirituality. Once again, life has dragged me kicking and screaming away from blogging, as it tends to do. So I've been a little bit busy, and I apologize, but we're going to get this shit together today. It is a little warm out, so forgive me if my brain melts and I develop mouth diarrhea. So I'm an atheist, as most of you know, and it took me quite a while to get there. And between Christianity, which I was raised with, and being an atheist, I went through several different phases. I researched, quite a few different religions, even tried practicing some, and none of them really fit right. They always felt, wishy-washy, or I don't know. They just never sit well with me. And I think a lot of that is, I tend to call bullshit on people that claim to have any sort of divine knowledge, or, talk about, spirit energies, and just, wishy-washy, hippy-dippy bullshit. And I just can't get behind those fucking words. They just put me off. Immediately sends up the bullshit flag. And I just want to, I think there is a place for spirituality as an atheist, though. I think that religions across the world were generally created to be, to fulfill certain goals, like bring a sense of community, or, help people to not be so full of themselves and be more compassionate toward others. To, a king and his people, if they share a religion, in the eyes of the religion, the king and the people are on the same level. And I think that, religion did a lot to help, bring people together and, spread compassion. But I think that it's lost some meaning. I mean, I don't think you should go out and just blindly follow, this just because it says, this one piece works and this other piece doesn't work and is completely full of shit. I don't think that you should follow that. And I think anybody that's claiming to have divine knowledge, like, oh, God says this, or if you, use these crystals, they can heal your cancer, I think those people need to be shot in the fucking face. Even if they truly believe it, I think they're full of shit. Maybe not shoot them in the face, but, just fucking, they shouldn't be listened to. They should be, ridiculed into obscurity. And I think we're heading that way. If you look at the census reports for the United States, at the very least, religion is the religious are a dying group. We seem to be ridding ourselves of that fucking vice, or whatever the fuck it is. Or there are more secular people around. There are more atheists and non-religious people than there were, even a couple years ago. And I think that that's a wonderful thing. But if you look at the overall health of people, pick a gear. If you look at the overall health of people in relation to the religious and the non-religious, most psychiatrists, both health practitioners and MRI technicians, all of these people will fucking agree with you that there's something about the religious people, like truly religious and spiritual people. They tend to be healthier. They tend to do well. They have a better understanding of their surroundings, their place in reality. And I think that's good. I think that's very good. I do think that it can be bastardized to a point. Just take a look at Westboro Baptist Church. But I don't think I don't think of them as spiritual at all. And if you'll look up front, you'll notice a cruiser in its natural habitat on a trailer. Such a shame. I think there is a place for religion. So, for instance, in me, I do consider myself an atheist. However, I practice Buddhism, believe it or not. I think meditation is a great way to affect your mind and help bring out better aspects of yourself. And I like the thought in Buddhism that if it doesn't work, or if it's, bullshit to you, then it's not going to work as far as meditation or anything like that goes. And I think that you should probably, follow that creed. If you think it's full of shit and it's bullshit, then, don't follow it.
But if you find something that works for you, if you find something that, you know, inspires that sense of awe, and, you know, as long as you're not hurting anyone, but it inspires that sense of awe and peace and wonder in yourself, then I think you should follow that. I think that's a good thing.
So ultimately, I think it comes down to what's practical. You know, what works for you. I don't have any sort of patience for, you know, any wishy-washy thinking or any, you know, bullshit that comes out of the super spiritual people that, you know, healing crystals and all that nonsense. I have no patience for that whatsoever. I also have no patience for the, you know, super Bible-beaten Christians that think, you know, God wished these things. I think ultimately with Christianity, Islam, you know, the major ones, I think they tend to get, you know, wound up on, you know, oh, well, God said this and God said the other thing, instead of looking for the spirit of what, you know, Christ had to say, or what was being brought to the table there, which was, you know, more compassion and more wisdom, you know. I don't think there needs to exist this duality between science and religion either. I think that one can be equally spiritual as well as have a decent understanding and acceptance of science. So I don't know, guys, you tell me what you think. By all means, leave some comments. I'll try and get some more vlogs out, but work's been kicking my ass. You know, personal life's been kicking my ass. And, I don't know. Take it easy, guys. Ride safe. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. You know the whole mantra. Enjoy, guys. Later.